I was born on July 13th, 100 BC, in Rome, Italy, to my parents Gaius Julius Caesar and Ariella Cotta. My father was a Roman senator, also the son of Gaius Julius Caesar. My parents married and had me, of course. I was given the name Gaius Julius Caesar. I know, no shocker there. You should have seen us at family reunions. Everyone basically had the same name. Did I mention I am a descendant of son of the legendary Trojan prince and supposed son of goddess Venus? So I'm basically a god. So a few years passed, and my father was mean as hell. Being a high member of society, he expected us to be perfect, which meant that I was beaten for my mistakes constantly and molded into the image that he wanted me to become. Well, just to my luck, my father died one day while putting on his shoes,
Pizza.
leaving me the head of the house at 16. At this time, the Civil War threatened my life and removed my wealth, so I decided to join the army, to which my crazy uncle was in. Discovering my uncle was too crazy to handle, I went back to Rome to pursue life in politics. When I returned, I married Cornelia Cinna Minor in 84 BC. In 76 BC, we had our daughter Julia. Cornelia died in 69
Pizza.
BC. One time, I was kidnapped by pirates and held prisoner. The pirates demanded a ransom of 20 talents of silver, but I insisted they ask for 50. After the ransom was paid, I raised a fleet, I captured the pirates, and crucified them.
Pizza.
During my courtship, I came across the statue of Alexander the Great and realized that I was at the age that he was, that the world was at his feet. I wanted the world for myself, so I sailed back to Rome and married my second wife, Pompey, in 67 BC. I joined an alliance with Cassius and Pompey. We dominated Roman politics for several years. I continuously moved up the political ladder and held a number of important positions. I was then elected the post-consul in 59 BC. I married my wife Calpurnia in 59 BC as well. The Senate thought I was going to make myself king and overthrow the Republic, which I probably would have done anyways. So they voted me on January 1st, 49 BC, to make me lay down my commands, which I said hell no to, and led my troops to Rubicon and started a civil war that lasted 3 years. Then I decided I didn't want to be Pompey's ally, so I killed him and his whole army. I took the position of dictator for life in 45 BC. So I returned from my journeys in Spain to find all of the people of Rome cheering me on in the streets, just in time to see the fertile race that was about to take place and start the Ides of March. I told Antony to touch Calpurnia and release her from her sterile curse, which he was racing. A soothsayer then rudely interrupted me with his unimportant warnings of the Ides of March. At the end of the race, my good boy servant Antony presented me with a crown 3 times, which I refused. I don't know why I did that. Don't ask me. My epilepsy was clouding my mind. A couple nights later, Calpurnia woke me up in the night to tell me that she had had a dream of my death. This really seemed to shake her, so I agreed to her silly woman ways and stayed home from the important Senate meeting. Decius came to fetch me for the meeting and informed me that for I were to stay home, the Senate may not give me the crown, which they had been discussing for some time. I felt so ashamed that I listened to stupid Calpurnia's warnings and stayed home at the meeting, and as I was walking up the steps, the soothsayer warned me of his silly nonsense again. I brushed him off and continued to the meeting. To my surprise, Brutus, Cassius, Decius, Cinna, Casca, and Trebonius were all in attendance and greeted me with flattery. I then realized they were here to kill me, and I was stabbed 23 times. Even my best friend Brutus was part of the conspiracy. I tragically died.
Pizza.
Don't you think death could stop me, the mighty Caesar? I came back as a ghost and haunted Brutus in his tent until he finally killed himself.
Pizza.
Marks the end of my story for now. This has been fun, but But now I have to go haunt some more people. Until next time, Julius Caesar.
Pizza, pizza.